Class is in session, hitting the books, MLB edition, Monday, April 14th. Ian Cameron and Connor Mack. He has a sense of timing, this man, doesn't he? Shows up just as we're about to get going here on this Monday. Perfect timing. C-Mac, how was the weekend for you? How did it go? Anything you want to say?
No, I just think we can get to it. Golf was pretty good. There's a lot of drama there.
That is worth talking about. That Masters is as good as I've ever seen a final round. I've watched major championship golf for 30, almost 40 years. Well, not 40 because I'm not too young to, know what's going on. But 30 to 35 years, I've watched the majors every year. All four majors, all four rounds of all four majors. I don't know if I've seen a better final round ever than yesterday. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was good. So I won a little bit, which doesn't hurt for not having, an outright winner, which was just Rory, obviously, at 6.
Well, you didn't want to bet plus 650 on him pre-tournament.
No.
It's not like the price was all that great for him to win that. But shout out to Rory McIlroy. I mean, he wasn't just battling Justin Rose and Ludwig Oberg and all those other golfers around him, Bryson DeChambeau. He was battling himself, just as much as anybody else on the golf course.
Yeah.
And for him to bounce back with clutch shot after all-time disaster shot is pretty incredible.
And a shout out to Justin Rose.
Yeah.
Who I took late before, just small, but plus 320 for a top 5. I thought he has an unbelievable round 1. He has these 2 bad rounds. I'm like, maybe he makes a run. And he did. But tough for a guy who has a U.S. Open and a gold medal at least, but to lose 2 Masters in the playoffs gotta sting. That was his second one. Who did he lose to? Was it Adam Scott?
Sergio, wasn't it? Sergio.
Oh, Sergio. No, you're right. 17 to Sergio in the playoff. So man, that's gotta. But he's a great guy.
Class and sports.
Yeah, class act.
Yeah, we need more Justin Roses in this world. That's why the world's going to shit. We don't have enough Justin Roses in the world. People that act with humility and class and respect, and just love for their fellow man, regardless of the situation. That was definitely Justin Rose, the reaction. So
sure.
It's nice we brought that up because it was just a great sporting event yesterday, that final round of the Masters, with how dramatic and the tension and how exciting it was down the stretch. I got to admit, watching the baseball games tonight won't be as exciting as that, but nevertheless, hopefully some money to be made on the MLB board tonight. We will begin with this Monday slate with Washington and Pittsburgh. Pirates minus 200 home favorites, 7.5 the total. Paul Skeens on the mound is why Pittsburgh is a big favorite. You're never going to get any bargains anymore with Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens has been good to start the year. Has he been great? Maybe a little less than great. He's been okay. He's been good, but he's had some rough moments too, on occasion early in the season. So I'm not running to lay minus 200. I don't think much of this guy, Lord of giving up runs and hits, is this guy. That's what he's the Lord of here for the Washington.
Lord Alfred Hayes.
I definitely don't think much of him. 7.5 is the total here because of Skeens, but Skeens hasn't been totally a lockdown pitcher, and I think the Pirates are going to hit Lord. So I actually lean to the over here at a low number. C-Mac, anything here?
Yeah, with Lord, you're just going to get a couple innings here, maybe, and then that bad Nats bullpen. But the prices here are just crazy. I'm not going to take the Pirates. He should be better at home after kind of his worst start out of the 3, where he gave up 5 runs in his last there. Pirates, the bats got to get going. They just, had won a couple, and now they've lost. They lost their last 3 too, right?
Yep.
This weekend, I believe.
Yep.
So, Pirates, what you're talking about. You got to lay the run line here. Team total, not for me. No way. I'd rather have the Nats. They're scrappy. I don't know what we get from Lord.
Yeah, that would definitely is a pass on the side. I have a small bet on the over there. Speaking of overs, this one I think could be one as well. Giants and Phillies. We've got Rop on the mound here for the Giants and Taijuan Walker for the Phillies. Even money, 9 the total. I still think Taijuan Walker is I know he's been better than people think. And look, you mentioned it the last time we talked, Taijuan Walker, C-Mac, that he does seem to have a good start to the year. This is something.
He does. It's wild.
And it's been wild. You're right. Back-to-back starts.
Few
now.
Years.
Yeah, back-to-back starts. He hasn't given up an earned run, believe it or not, in 10.2 innings again. But I will say this. Colorado is just a horrific offense, especially on the road. and Atlanta hasn't hit anywhere near what we thought they would. Those were the two starts for Walker. I think it'll be a little bit tougher here because I will say this about the Giants. This great 11-4 start, and just ask the New York Yankees how good that lineup is. I mean, they scored 18 runs in the 3 games in that series, San Francisco. So I took Giants team total here. I think this magic carpet ride of Taijuan Walker is not going to continue indefinitely. Giants money line, but more on the team total for me in this game. What are we going to get out of Ropp? That's the question. He might be able to pitch okay here. He's only given up 4 runs in 10 innings his first 2 starts, and Philly's lineup has been a little underwhelming, to say the least. They've been held to 2 or less now in 3 of their last 4 games. So I think the Giants might be worth a look at this price. CMAC, what are you liking here?
Yeah, I like the Giants. I mean, shit, this team's hitting here. Lee, how about that guy? In the 3-hole too.
Yep.
I think he's 1.5 base before he got injured, but now if he's been in the 3-hole, I think those RBIs and hitting some jacks there at Yankee Stadium. Just getting out the little park there. Walker, you mentioned it, and that last start, I mean, he danced around. It was classic. I mean, no one runs 4 2/3. Gave up 5 hits and 3 walks. He was stressing a little bit, but yeah, it's just been like the last 5 years, I'd say, right around there. The first month or 2 months, or even before the break, he's solid, and then fade away. I think both, could maybe get some runs in this game. It totals 9. I'm not big on it, but I like the Giants here in this game. Running red hot, take them now, or they slide. I think.
I'm with you on that. Ride them while they're playing well right now. Kansas City Royals, New York Yankees. Yankees minus 140, home favorites, 9 the total in this game. We've got 2 old veterans here, Seth Lugo and, yes, Carlos Carrasco for the Yankees. Carrasco's been awful. I'm actually a little surprised that Aaron Boone's given him another start. It's not been good here for Carrasco. Not that we're shocked by that by any stretch. This is a guy that's been on the downward trajectory for a few years now, but he's given up 7 runs, 11 hits in 9.2 innings in his first 2 starts. I mean, Arizona crushed him. He didn't pitch that well against the Tigers. They lost 5-0 against Detroit. He was out of there after 4.1 innings. I think Kansas City's probably got the chance to do similar damage here. The only issue here with Kansas City is, Lugo, to me, I don't know if he's going to be nearly as effective this year. I mean, he's been okay through the first few starts against the Guardians, Orioles, and Twins, but he hasn't faced, a lineup like what the Yankees can throw out there. And if you look at the Yankees, they've had some success in the past last year against Seth Lugo. We'll see if that continues here. I do like the Royals enough to bet him. I'm a little bit leery of Lugo, but I think they can do damage. Kansas City's lineup against, I think Carrasco's horrible. So I have no problem taking them at a plus price here, Kansas City, to get the job done. I definitely like the team total. In fact, I like the team total more than the money line, just because, you worry what Lugo might do. But I think they can get 4 runs. That team total for the Royals is only 3.5 here in this game. And the price is very good at minus 140. So over 3.5 for the Royals team total is good. I'm on the full game over 8.5. It's gone up to 9. I agree. I think definitely we'll see runs by both teams, and hopefully at the end of the night, more runs for the Royals than the Yankees, because I took the shot with the money line with them as well. CMAC, what do you think here, Royals, Yankees?
Yeah, I think there could be some runs in this game. Lugo might give up a few. He's got to not walk people. It's been a little bit of his problem, but he's worked around it. And the price is a little bit, I know the Yankees here at home win this game, but yeah, Royals first 5 will take plus 115 here. We could Carrasco on the mound. And like I talked, I think the Yankees might get to him a little bit, but this price is too good. I got to take the Royals here, especially the first 5 innings at plus 115. I think solid in this game. Bobby Witt, I think you can look for on the Yankee side. I don't know if Bellinger's in the lineup. I had to double check, but Goldschmidt is, that's for sure. And as he's not, Bellinger's not. Goldschmidt here, hitting 4th. He was hit 2nd a lot the last few years. Swinging a pretty good bat so far to start the year. And in the 4-hole, RBI plus 155. His homers right around 500. 495, I think, is worth a look. Good, some pretty good numbers too. 7 for 11, 2 homers off Lugo.
All right, next up, we've got the Boston Red Sox and Tampa Bay Rays. This is down at Steinbrenner Field down in Florida. We've got Shane Baz on the mound for the Rays, Tanner Houck for the Red Sox. Tampa minus 120, 8.5 the total. I like the Rays here. It's just for me. I like Shane Baz. I like Shane Baz more than Tanner Houck. Although Tanner Houck was a little bit better in his last start, we'll see how he fares here. Against the Tampa Bay Rays. It is worth noting last year he actually did pitch okay against Tampa, but I like Baz. Baz has given up just 2 runs in 13 innings against the Pirates and the Angels. And the Angels have been hitting the ball pretty solidly to begin the year, so to hold them to 2 runs was pretty good. Boston still just not a very good stretch it's been for them. 2-5 in their last 7 games. They're only 4-6 on the road this year. The Rays had a nice weekend against Atlanta, taking 2 of 3. They're 1 game below 500, so they're getting back close to the 500 mark. I think the Rays is the way I go here in this game. I like Baz. He's bet on pitcher for me. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, I didn't have much in this game. I mean, this Red Sox team, it's the numbers. They're not fucking swinging the bats at all. What do we get in this ballpark with Houck on the road? Can they get the Baz? I don't know. Like, I lean Rays here a little bit, but this is a game I just had to stay off. Same thing with the total. They're not hitting, but if they do, in this ballpark, it could go over. It just was I just stay off.
Yeah, with Houck, I kind of lean with overs. With Baz, though, I lean with unders. That's kind of the way I see it.
The Red Sox can't hit nothing. Manera, look for him. Been swinging how about the young kid? Whatever is it? 21, I think. 22, 3-1.
I think Red Sox team total under might be worth a look too in that game. If you prefer, if you don't like the money line price, you can always look at Boston team total under. Like I said, I've been impressed with what I've seen out of Shane Baz here to begin the season. Speaking of impressive, how about the road trip the Blue Jays just had? They took 3 of 4 from Boston. They split the weekend with Baltimore. It was only a 2-game series because 1 game got rained out. Braves and Blue Jays, Atlanta minus 115 road favorites, 8.5 the total in this game. I took Toronto first 5 here. You can't tell me there's not an edge with. I'm not a big Grant Holmes. I think he's mediocre at best. And this kid that the Blue Jays have called up, this lefty, Easton Lucas, I mean, he's pitching really well. This guy's crazy. I mean, he's not a hard thrower, but pitches to both sides. He's kept opposing lineups off balance. And he might be one of those pitchers, C-Mac, where if a lineup has to face him a second time, maybe he's not going to pitch as well. But these first time through the lineup, first time these teams are seeing Easton Lucas, and they look like they're baffled. I mean, he's been really good the first couple times we've seen him pitch here for the Blue Jays. So I don't know. Toronto had a nice road trip. They're in the better form right now. Atlanta's still, trying to get on a roll. It's been obviously a really rough April for them so far. I don't know if I want the Blue Jays bullpen, though, because they had to use the bullpen a lot, especially yesterday in the win against Baltimore, including their closer, Jeff Hoffman. So you wonder if he's available for this game tonight. So I definitely like the first 5 part of this with the Blue Jays more than the full game. What do you think here, C-Mac? Braves, Jays.
I'm off in this game. These 2 pitchers I could see get hit, though. Holmes, but, Braves 6-7, but Jays, been an under team all year. Can they get to Holmes? But I don't trust Lucas here. I just don't. Maybe he'll have a few more good starts, and he's looked all right. But the Braves aren't hitting anything, and so it's like they could get to him today for sure. I could see it. But I could see him just being cold. I mean, you saw it the weekend with the Rays. I just was to get out of there with 1 win was big. I mean, runners on, just can't get anyone home. Just not playing very good baseball. So I'm off.
All right, Mets and Twins, little interleague action once again here. We've got Clay Holmes and Joe Ryan on the mound. Twins minus 120 home favorites, Target Field total in the 7.5, 8 range. I think this is an under this game. Clay Holmes has been kind of up and down. I can't say I love the way he started the season. Of course, they're using him in a starting role here with the Mets. But Joe Ryan, to me, is good. He is someone I want to back. I think it could be a first 5 full game under type of split. I also think there's a tricky little scheduling and travel spot for the Mets. They're just coming off Sacramento, playing the Athletics over the weekend. In Sacramento, you're going now to the Central Time Zone here in Minnesota. And you're losing 2 hours going west to east and no day off. They're going right from playing Sunday to a Monday game here with no day off. And that is significant. That doesn't always happen when there's a team traveling west to east. Often they'll give that team a day off. They didn't do that, the schedule makers here with the New York Mets. So I definitely think it's a strong scheduling advantage here for the Minnesota Twins. So I think I'm going to grab a little piece of the Twins here, minus 120. I think that could show up. The scheduling spots, we talked about two of them, CMAC, on Friday. Remember the Braves and the Phillies played that midnight game and they had to travel to the next. They both lost on the Friday night. Braves lost to the Rays and the Phillies lost to the Cardinals. So you have to be aware of these bad travel spots, these bad scheduling spots when you see them. So it could be that for the New York Mets coming in here from Sacramento with no day off. So I think because of that, I like the Twins a little bit. CMAC, what do you think here? Mets, Twins.
Well, everything to me, is to take the Twins here. And I want at least one of the pitchers I want is Ryan at home. But no fucking way I can back this fucking team. This team can't hit a fucking lick.
That's it.
I mean, they just won 5-1, and it seems like anything, even though the spotlight's up, like it's happened too many times where laid just minus 120, even juice like that, I fucking hate, obviously, and they lose. The bats are just dead asleep. But everything you kind of hit on, adds me when I looked at this game to taking the Twins, but no way.
No way. All right, on we go to Detroit, Milwaukee. Tarek Skubal, who's starting to get his shit together. That was a much better start from him last time we saw him against the Yankees. Tyler Alexander for the Brewers. We've got Detroit minus 160, road favorite, 7.5 the total. This could be an under as well. I took a Tigers run line split. First 5 run line, full game -1 on the run line, which you can get close to even money. I think Skubal might be starting to round into form. He didn't look right. He didn't look sharp in his first couple starts, but that looked like the Cy Young Tarek Skubal last start against the New York Yankees. He pitched very well. Brewers aren't a lineup I trust against lefties, especially good lefties like Tarek Skubal. So Tigers first 5 full game run line for me. I would probably lean to an under as well. CMAC, what do you think here? Tigers Brewers.
Yeah, we don't have. I like the under here. You don't have the first 4 in this game. One's bad spot's been the Brewers bullpen. That's the only thing. But I still think the full game's good. Both these teams don't hit lefties. Tigers are 226. It's so early. We're just going off what we have. Brewers are only at 221. And the Brewers just coming off playing the D-backs. I don't think this is the best spot. I think Skubal could be decent. Alexander, he's looked good in these first 2 starts. I'm a little bit worried, but I think he could be solid here again today. So, yeah, I'm on the under.
All right, next up, I got to admit, this is a game I have no bet on. And that's rare for me because I'm high volume. Houston and St. Louis. Even money, -110, both sides, 7 the total. Valdez was much better in his last start. But last time I backed him 2 starts ago, I don't know what happened. He was just totally off. It was not good. But he is usually a bet-on pitcher for me. The Astros, though, are still a team. Now, they did have a better series against the Angels. I will say that over the weekend. Houston finally got their bats going a little bit. Altuve and company, they finally started to hit a little bit. But can they take that on the road with them? Because I remember on the road earlier this year, this Astros team was kind of struggling a little bit. Sonny Gray for the St. Louis Cardinals. He's gotten off to a pretty solid start here. But I got nothing here. It's just, -110, pick them on both sides, I think, for a reason. It's kind of a coin flip game for me. Lean under. CMAC, how about you? Astros, Cardinals.
Yeah, I think we got the 7 here. Both these pitchers pitch well. I could see that, leaning under in this game. Some of the Astros have success off Gray, Jordan, pretty good. The bats did get going. Finally, I mean, they did take 2 or 3. Paredes, he had a big weekend, and a few other guys like you talked about. But I don't trust him. And when he's on, he's one of the best in the game when he's on. And when he's off too, the walks, he can look awful. So yeah, I kind of see a low-scoring game here, and the Cardinals.
All right, next up we go to Petco. Chicago Cubs, San Diego Padres. Jameson Taillon for the Chicago Cubs. Dylan Cease for the San Diego Padres. Padres -150, home favorite, 7.5 the total here in this game. Do we start to get concerned? Well, first of all, let's talk about Taillon. Taillon pitching the way he has so far does not surprise me. He hasn't been great He's given up 5 runs in 12 innings, 9 hits in 12 innings. Not terrible, but not great. Basically what I expect out of Jamison Tyone. Is it time we get concerned a little bit, though, about Dylan Cease? Because this is definitely not the Dylan Cease we've seen at times in the past. He got crushed in his first start by Atlanta. 3 runs, 4 hits, only lasted 4.1 innings. Okay, he was better against Cleveland. Cleveland's been kind of hit or miss offensively to begin. And then last start against the Athletics, man, he got ripped for 9 runs and only lasted 4 innings in that game. Not what you want to see here for Dylan Cease for San Diego. Both lineups are capable. If you look at Chicago, obviously they did get the win against the Dodgers last night, 4-2. They pounded the 16 runs against poor Sasaki in that Dodgers bullpen on Saturday night. And we know San Diego's a pretty good lineup as well. They've been hitting the ball pretty well to begin the season. Cubs, one of the strongest over teams in Major League Baseball, 12-5 to the over this season. That's what I like. I think 7 to 7.5 with this total, where the range it's in, is too low, given Tyone is not someone I trust against this pretty good Padres lineup, and Cease is just not himself right now, not pitching well. So with the potency of these two lineups and a total of 7.5, I'm willing to bet it over. Just a little too low, in my opinion. What do you think here, C-Mac?
Yeah, when I looked at this total, I'm like, I think this is too low as well. And I want unders for the most part here at Petco. That's what I look for. I just really couldn't get there. The thing is, Cease, if he bounces back after the huge game, what do we get? If he's dominant, I could see this game, 4-2,
yep,
something like that, and it stays under. But like you talked about, the Cubs' offense has been pretty good. A few guys that have hit him well. I mean, this one's crazy. I mean, Tucker, I think he's 5 for 11 off him. Last game he didn't do much. Bush has been red hot. That's a guy. There's just certain guys, when they hit homers, they hit him in bunches. We saw it last year. And when he goes cold, he goes ice cold. And he's hit a couple jacks the last few days. But Tucker's, his RBIs plus 220. Kidding me? He's got 18 RBIs, and that's his number tonight. It's crazy to me. I have to have a piece of it just because well he's seen Cease. I think there's runs in the end. And Tyone, I don't know how he doesn't get out of here. He has had a few games where he's pitched well against the Padres here, in the last couple of years, but I don't really trust him. So I kind of agree with the over in this game. I don't know what Cease. We get dominant Cease. Someone said, yeah, I saw he shaved the beard off. But I still think the Cubs
turn the season around, give him some good luck. Just get rid of the old facial.
Yeah. I mean, I try anything after giving up 9 runs. How bad he looked at last start. Shit.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, next up, we've got the Colorado Rockies and the LA Dodgers. Antonio Senzatella for the Rockies, and Dustin May for the Dodgers. Dodgers minus 350, home favorites, 8.5 the total. Let's just ask ourselves this: are the Rockies going to score a run this for a change? Never mind win a baseball game. Are they finally going to score a run? The San Diego Padres, not once, not twice, but they played a 3-game series at Petco Park. They did not score a run in that entire series. Shut out in 3 straight games by the Padres in San Diego this weekend. This putrid Rockies lineup, and it's stunning how bad it is, especially on the road. They've actually had a couple games at Coors, where they put up some production. But my gosh, on the road, they can't swing their way out of a wet paper bag, this team.
Dead last, everything.
Just awful. So Dustin May should be able to cruise here, quite honestly. He's looked pretty solid in his first 2 starts. 4 runs allowed in 11 innings against the Braves and the Nationals. We'll see if he could continue that here. Question is, what are you going to get out of Senzatella? Because Senzatella so far this year, he got the one good start, actually a couple of good starts. He pitched pretty well against the Rays too, and then only gave up the 1 run against the Phillies. But if you look at those starts, he gave up 9 hits and 10 hits. He just
he was dancing
out of trouble, dancing his way out of trouble in both of those games against the Rays and the Phillies. And then the last start against the Brewers, that's, he wasn't able to get out of that trouble. And Milwaukee just crushed him for 9 runs in 4.1 innings. So I don't have much faith in Senzatella. The Dodgers ripped him last September, 7 runs in 4.1 innings. The problem is, I lean over, but I don't know if the Rockies are going to do anything for me. You might just have to isolate the Dodgers team total, but it's 5.5. So they haven't given you a bargain on that. You could do Dodgers first 5 team total, because that is certainly something that sports books are offering more than ever before, the first 5 team total. And you can get that at 3.5 plus money. They could get 4 runs in the first 5 innings, because they've really hit Senzatella multiple times in the past. So you could opt to go with the first 5 team total on the Dodgers. I think that's about, I definitely prefer that than the full game. Target that, although maybe we want to target the full game because the Rockies bullpen is so bad. So you could go with both, or at least split it up between the two. But even though you're not getting a bargain, C-Mac, I don't think Dodgers team totals are the worst thing in the world here. What do you think here, Rockies, Dodgers?
Well, I mean, if you're ever going to get right, they need it here. I know they took that first game versus the Cubs, but whole lot of nothing the last 2.
Yeah, 2 runs in the last
Dodgers.
Of that series.
Yeah,
combined.
Just nothing. These guys are cold. It seems like got to get the lineups, of course, on a lot of these late games we haven't seen yet. But I'll be on Mookie Betts. He's been cold. He's a guy trying to take when he's just red hot, but he's got great numbers off Senzatella. 9 for 20, a couple of homers. His RBI plus 165 and the Jack plus 525. So I'll look to Mookie Betts tonight, just because, and you're getting a good number because he hasn't been swinging a hot bat. But yeah, I think the Dodgers win. This Rockies team is, I kind of like the no score runs and they're so bad because the numbers will be bigger and I want to take them at home. I kind of want them just to keep being dog shit on the road and being bad, and then next few months and at home and jump all over when they could get going and the bats wake up at home. So yeah.
All right, good stuff indeed. There you have it. That is a look at the MLB card for this Monday night. All right, Jack of the Day. I have a clear choice for Jack of the Day here in this one. Even though Sonny Gray's a pretty good pitcher, this guy has now crushed a homer in 3 straight games for the Houston Astros. Isaac Paredes, and you can get one hell of a price for him. I think it's I love the value. He's on a multi-game home run streak. Again, it's not easy against Sonny Gray necessarily. He's gotten off to a good start, but Paredes has got a red-hot bat, and he is doing it with the home run ball, the long ball. So at plus 750 to make it 4 straight games with a home run, I will take that. Isaac Paredes for the Houston Astros, my Jack of the Day. C-Mac, Jack of the Day, what do you got?
Yeah, I already hit the bets. The only other one, I'll give you Paul Goldschmidt. I'll take there. It's plus 500. You can get a lot of 495s, 475s out there, but that is it. Jack of the Day.
I'll throw out Vladdy Jr. too. He had his big press conference today for the big contract signing with the Blue Jays. Now back home in Toronto, their first game since the big contract.
Once he hits one, he'll start hitting them.
On a run.
So he's done that before. He's kind of another one of those guys.
Yeah. The Braves bullpen's given up homers, and Grant Holmes has given up some as well. So I think Vladdy might be able to get one here tonight at
Grant Homeless.
Center. Yeah. Grant Homeless. Yeah. You'll be homeless if you bet money on him routinely. Yeah. That's pretty much it. All right. Best bet, C-Mac. Time to wrap this up. What do you got for your best bet for Monday in MLB?
Best bet. I was thinking Giants, but you can't get the best line there. Because I already did this and put this in earlier. Tigers, Brewers, under 7.5, minus 110. Take it.
All right, there you go. Tigers, Brewers, under for C-Mac with his best bet. My best bet, let's go with the Royals team total. Cookie Carrasco, are you kidding me? I don't trust that guy. I think the Royals do some damage here tonight against him. It's not bad hitting conditions at Yankee Stadium from what I've seen. Over 3.5, minus 140. Shop around. Some books have 4.5 with the team total. So some books still have 3.5. Make sure you shop around. I'm taking the 3.5 with the Kansas City Royals. Team total over 3.5. Kansas City, minus 140 for my best bet for this Monday MLB slate. All right, shout out to the chat. Ryan C., Professor NF, Nick Alvento, Canes Nation, Real Madrid, Doge, Gold Jew, Jorge Herrera, Old E, G. Martinez, Steven Jackson, Daniel Abuna, Goryan Ninkovsky, T. Moss. We appreciate all you guys joining us. Hit the like button. We're here Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. 3 more days this week with the MLB edition of the Hitting the Books show. For CMAC, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Monday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. And we will be back tomorrow on Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, for another edition of the MLB Hitting the Books show. Until then, class dismissed.
Peace.